Hi, good morning there. Uh, hello. Let's do a quick check if the audio, video, everything is all right. If any one of you can confirm. I'm traveling right now. I don't have a very strong internet. Uh, okay, it's echoing back. Wait a minute. Good. So I can hear myself. That means audio, video is all right. Let me just double check the audio settings. Yeah, I think it seems good. Okay, good. Hi. Nayan, Shubham, good morning to all of you. For me, this is actually night time. Um, I'm in the US currently. घूमने आया हूँ. I'm at the Canyon Valley and Arizona and some of the areas around. So it's a little late in the night and it's also cold, but it's also interesting. Glad to meet with all of you. I'm not sure how much of that part was missed. Okay, I'm assuming I'm still streaming. Is this streaming? Just give me a minute. Let me just double check. Okay, it looks like looks like it's streaming. Can you confirm on the chat box if the audio video is okay? If you can still hear me? Yeah, okay. So that uh, which which basically means if you commit to August 25 now, it could be a challenge. Maybe a good way to do it, take the last date for enrollment for August and start studying for level 3, but don't sign up for the exams yet, right? Maybe that's what I would do. Okay. Uh, कौन है और Krishna is asking career option in finance where traveling is involved. Okay. Uh, Investment banking, Krishna, will have a lot of traveling. Financial consulting has a lot of traveling, right? So, and especially I've heard like people from, especially in management consulting, there's a lot of traveling, but that's not strictly finance. Equity research, sell side, buy side, both involve traveling, but you're not traveling to exotic locations, Krishna. You're traveling to, manufacturing plants in Gujarat or Jamnagar or, Hyderabad for pharmaceutical. But there's a lot of traveling there. In general, investment banking will have a lot of traveling if that's what you're looking at. Abhi, I'm changing the sequence a little bit, by the way, this time. I'm answering some questions on live on the chat box, and I'll do a mix and match. So I'll take some questions live, and then I will take some questions from previous comments, right? So that way we have a nice flow going. Abhi, I'm second year BAF student. I wanted to ask if I should do some financial courses before going for CFA. Uh, Yeah, I mean that's not a bad idea. You can take some basic NISM exams just to get flavor and see if कुछ free है, so maybe it's not valuable, but we put in a lot of value in that course. 20, 25 hours of content across accounting, equity markets, derivatives. You can also consider doing that. And if you feel that you're enjoying it, then definitely worth considering. If you want to do something a little more technical, though I'm not sure how comfortable you are with theoretical finance in your second year BF, but if you are, you can also do some Ashwath Damodaran playlist on YouTube. I think that is also an interesting content to look at. Next, Vivek. Uh, Vivek says currency appreciates when interest rates go up, but when we multiply price currency with high interest rate, it should depreciate, right? Vivek, you're mixing up the formula. See, I'm not sure if you're asking from practice perspective or the CFA exam perspective, but I'll give you just a very simple thought process. Imagine I'm a global investor. Okay, I'm sitting on money, uh, and I have a fixed income mandate, so I want to invest in fixed income. Think from that global investor, automatic incentive to invest in India, which means demand for rupees will go up, so currency should appreciate, right? Where it gets confusing is in a lot of places curriculum, when you do this interest rate parity, covered, uncovered theories, you keep the you'll understand. All right. Nayan, hi. Are you exploring countryside? A little bit, Nayan. Raj Lakshmi, hello, sir. Hi, Raj Lakshmi. Rahul, why US? Why not Thailand? Why not Bali? ऐसे तो why not कुछ भी हो जाएगा भाई राहुल. Um, ऐसे ही है मतलब there's no reason. Any front-end role in definitely even freshers can get into front-end roles. Goa HKA is asking, hi, you once told about your CDMO basket. Does it include Laurus, Suven, Neuland type of stories? Yes, it does include, in fact, some of those, more than one of that name. I'm currently invested in Laurus. I'm invested in Suven, both the Suvens. Though I'm not tracking Suven that actively because my sizing is not big. But yes, those, and again, I'm just talking to people who understand CDMO better and just picking their brains on it. Aryan is asking, hi, I'm a third year BTech student thinking of getting into finance as a long-term goal after completing my MBA. Can you suggest, apart from CFA level 1, 2, how should I proceed? So, Aryan, you've already given a good list of degrees you would be accumulating in next few years, either like a professional certification or university. So you're a BTech student. Then you say that you're saying that you also want to find something. If not, next year just get a job. Like pick one area in finance that looks interesting at the beginning, work for a few months, maybe intern for a few months, then look for something else, and then explore the field so that you can make better decisions. All right, I'm moving forward. Next question is Kevin. Kevin is asking our overall under. Sorry for that. Uh, as I said, internet is not very strong, but I'm guessing I'm back live again. Let me just do a quick try. Is it working? Is it working? I'm not sure. Just a minute. Just a minute. Okay, I think I'm back. All right. Sorry for that. Where was I? Kevin's question. So Kevin, तीन bucket पे focus. Let's focus on three buckets. One, uh, I mean, you might have CFA, FRM, like MBA finance, CA, lot of these certifications, but do you really know finance, right? So the first thing you do is you immerse yourself in the subject. Maybe a starting point is read a few books on equities, derivatives, and financial modeling. And I say this all the time, is much communication skills. How would you approach? How do you initiate a conversation with someone, or how would you approach a client? How would you attend the interview? कैसे बोलना है, क्या नहीं बोलना है, right? How do you write good quality emails? Building presentations, just learning to be properly dressed, appropriately dressed for the situation, just the basics, right? So work on those skills, and I think if you focus on these three buckets, you're on the right path. Gautam says hello. Hello, Gautam. Kapil, what are some of the techniques to forecast tech company revenue, specifically auto tech R&D services? Kapil, you know what? It's I'm invested in one KPIT, and I think you're talking about the same. And I'll tell you the way I forecast KPIT is basically I listen to what the management has to say. If you look at what KPIT management has been doing, their guidance has been fairly fine-tuned in the last 6, 7 quarters, except this one. This one I haven't tracked yet. Um, but otherwise, it's very difficult to do because there are two parts of the business, right? One is your existing recurring part of the revenue, that's forecastable. But the second is your new contract wins and increase in the wallet share of the existing clients, and how probably even business, the company owner at the beginning of the quarter do not know. So extremely difficult to forecast these lumpy businesses. When I'm modeling these companies, especially for running valuation exercises, my focus is more on scenarios, right? And this is something I've been doing quite a lot lately, where you accept your inability to forecast because you don't know, but you run a what if different scenarios and see what kind of impact it will play out. One thing I've learned, in the last couple of quarters is there's also a very solid impact of deleveraging, right? We always talk about finding those operating leverage when we want to buy the stocks. At times, there could also be operating deleverages when a company has done very heavy capex or they have heavy fixed cost, but they're not getting the revenue, right? So that's something that also needs to look at, especially with these product companies. Okay, Devendra. Hello, I've given level 1 attempt in November 23 with Fintree. I didn't pass. So I'm giving in May 2025. All right, Devendra. Understood. Which subject should I start first? Should I take classes again? Some sort of a direction. That might help answer the question. In terms of which subject to start, since you've taken level one before, I'm guessing you're okay with basics, you know how to use calculator. So one way to do it is in my head when I look at CFA level one and level two curriculum at least, I look at all the assets as one section, right? So equities, fixed income, alternative derivative, I generally combine them. And then I look at FRA and corporate issuers as subjects that share quite a bit. So that's one more group. And then PM, Quant and Economics is the third group. And then ethics, obviously at the end or beginning, depending on when you want to do it. So you can pick any of these groups, right? So maybe you can start with Quant, do economics, then do a little bit of portfolio management. Now, when you do this, PM draws some areas from equities as well, some from CI, but that's okay, right? So whatever you don't understand, put a pin on it and then move to assets. So you do equities, derivative, fixed income. Try to do, uh, in fact, now with the new syllabus, try to do fixed income before you do derivatives. It's very complicated between the two, right? Especially for level one. And then after that, you can do your FRA and corporate issuers. Okay, I'm trying to move at the bottom. Reda Kazi is asking, how was your US trip? I'm still here, still traveling. I'm at the closer to the Canyon Valley. Quite excited actually. So I'll probably I'll be hiking here for a few days before I eventually head back. Ronak is asking, sir, is a FRM more quant heavy? I've cleared level one, thinking of giving FRM part one next year. Can you please guide me on this? See, Ronak, if you feel you need FRM, then it's doable. Yes, FRM has a higher level of orientation of quant, but just a few sections, right? Maybe so for example, if I take FRM quant and compare that with CFA level 1 and CFA level 2 quant, uh, I think that CFA level 1 plus 2 quant will cover at least 80% of FRM part 1. So there would just be these finer, fine-tuned pieces that you'll have to deal with. Yes, it is a little more mathematics heavy, but nothing that we cannot handle. So if that's what you want to do, it's definitely doable. All right, you know what? Let me take some more. Let me say take some queries from the comments on the previous videos as well. So we'll do a little mix and match. Just a minute. Okay. Uh, Shashi Yadav is asking, is it normal to struggle with ah, so um, I would say, Shashi, in most of the areas in finance where you're either doing some sort of a sales type of a work where you're converting maybe an investment banking role or like an institutional equity role, um, the pay is good. Or if you're doing a decision making role, if you're taking some sort of a decision where you said private equity. Now, how to make how to decide which one you should be inclined to, I think is a function of two things. Number one, what can you get, right? I mean, are you getting any offers from any of these? If you're not getting offers from, let's say, a hedge fund, there's no point debating about it. But let's say you have all the offers at hand. You have a hedge fund offer and then you have a private equity offer. What do you select between the two? My recommendation is choose that the one that you like at the moment the most, right? Because there's no clear-cut way of figuring out what will work well in the future, what will pay you more. So if you have two good offers in hand, I always say this, choose your bosses carefully. Not your company, not your pay. I think you have to have the years of your career makes a big difference. All right, take some of the earlier comments on YouTube. Okay, Rahul has a big question. Hi, Utkarsh. I've cleared both parts of FRM and level one of CFA, including 4 years I worked in merchant banking, but due to no growth, I switched to work at a service-based IT company with international bank as a client. While the pay is good, the daily IT related task feels frustrating. Should I continue in such roles and transition into product management, leveraging CFA FRM to this qualification align with such profile? Yeah, you know what? Yes, Rahul. My apologies for all the interruptions today. I'm in a mountain again. I'll repeat Shruti's question. I just deferred my level one. I'm struggling how to approach from November now to May, August attempt. I haven't registered yet. I want to make sure I'm in good shape. I also feel stuck, very hard to find job internship. What should I do now? BCom 2022, worked as account executive in October. All right, Shruti, get your so see you deferred the exam. Clearly, something went wrong in your strategy, or maybe something went wrong in your execution, right? Which could be a variety of reasons. So first thing I would do, Shruti, if I were you, is uh, where did it go wrong, right? Because at the time of signing that will help you make sure you don't repeat the mistake again. As far as internships is concerned, if you're not getting anything, you might as well, just, I mean, try. But if you're not getting anything, might as well just double down on the efforts you're putting in studying and skill building. In terms of which attempt to take, since it's a little uncertain at the moment, I would suggest August looks better because that will give you about 8 to 10 months to prepare reasonably well. All right, Darsh Jain, sorry. Thank you for doing these sessions. I wanted to know your view on how to choose pathways for L3. What should we keep in mind regarding preparation, question format for the new introduced pathway? Dash, I recently caught up on some CFA Institute communication to prep providers. One of the things that I've learned is that out of the three pathways, right now, majority of the candidates look like our, and I think even as prep providers, we talk to a lot of candidates, so we have an idea. Large chunk of population is doing portfolio management. Then we have private assets, and I think very few are doing private wealth. Private markets is second, and private wealth is the third. Which one to choose? August 25, I would recommend choose the one that you feel like studying. Okay, Feb 25, maybe content providers will not have all the content, but by the time we reach August, all of us will have, the full stack ready. So we should be able to help you with preparation with videos or whatever content you need. So जो पढ़ने का मन हो ना, whatever you feel like, uh, इसको पढ़ के मजा आएगा. It feels, I'm looking forward to these chapters or this syllabus. Select that. And if you're indifferent between the three, select portfolio management because that's good. I mean, the fixed income section is beautiful. I love it. It's mathematical, it's intense, and we don't have those kind of fixed income markets in India, but it's just fun to study. Uh, Rahul is asking, I like this question. Rahul is saying, I'm holding good quality stocks. Does Buffett style strategy of buy and forget makes sense nowadays? I don't think Buffett does buy and forget. Uh, I think that coffee can investing does. Uh, I think the game, I don't think buy and forget will work. I mean, if the because buying and forgetting basically means assuming that, you know, a business, but just just think of Kodak, originally the Japanese and now the Chinese car manufacturers are taking over. Look at Nike in the US, such a phenomenal example, such a massive brand at one stage, right? But struggling. Look at Intel, what has happened to them. That's where subjectivity comes in because otherwise this quarter is the quarter to sell everything if you think about it. But tolerant, observe, listen to the story carefully, track the numbers, run the valuations, uh, and do that once in a quarter at least, right? So I would rather say a strategy that has worked for me is buy and track rather than buy and forget. All right, I'm going to try and come back to live YouTube chat now. Okay, all right. I'm going to take a question from Priyanshu Agrawal. Sir, currently finished equity, started with FI. I'm appearing for level 2 May 25. What is a good time to complete syllabus for the May 25? Priyanshu, 2 महीने पहले, 2 months before the exam. Earlier in the Fintree LPR system, we used to recommend finishing syllabus a month before the exam. Now we changed that cycle to 2 months. So 60 days before the exam date, your syllabus should be over. So you calculate and then make sure that the last 60 days you use for revision, practicing at least 9 mocks. Fintree portal provides 7 level 2 mocks, and then two are provided by CFAI portal. So total 9 mocks and crash course. And then practicing the CFA learning ecosystem questions at least twice in the final month. Once vertically, subject by subject, once horizontally. So reverse calculate 60 days minus from your date of exam. That's your hard deadline. Okay, Reda Kazi. Uh, my dad has a real estate portfolio of multiple flats. I'm thinking of getting and grow in that direction. Also, a level 3 candidate confused with doing real estate, growing, managing. Should I do my job as a financial analyst? Uh, आपकी choice है भाई. मतलब it's a lifestyle choice. If you see, uh, I worked for a few years. कुछ कुछ choice है, कुछ मजबूरी से, right? Some by choice, some by situation. But I think I feel like I could have worked a little bit more because you learn. Right? The thing is, I mean, of course, you can jump into your business, and I'm sure you'll do pretty well. But maybe if I were you, what I would do is go and work with some real estate consulting firm, right? like someone like a JLL or Cushman, learn the bigger game. Because honestly, a real estate flat portfolio to me does not look like a very savvy investing unless your father has some exceptional, asset picking skills where you're picking in assets at a substantially lower discount. So maybe work with some professional investors first, learn the business, and then go back and join your family business. Australia and Singapore for career in finance. Australia, I don't know much. I think Australia is decent banking. I'm not sure how much equities and finance careers for Indians are available. Singapore is great, but getting a foot in the door in Singapore is tough. Visa related issues. Nirav, sir, where are you traveling right now? Nirav, US में हो फिलहाल मैं. Uh, Hardik Gupta, if I apply for Access Scholarship and get rejected, will I be able to apply for student scholarship? Hardik, I don't know. Reach out to Fintree team, they should be able to help. Rajiv, what is asset-backed, mortgage-backed securities? How do they differ from fixed income bond? Um, okay, Rajiv, I might have a full video on asset-backed securities on YouTube. If you just go to Fintree channel and search, I'm pretty sure. Okay. It to the bank, let's say 8%, 9%, 10%, whatever it is. Now, instead, I want to take a loan and imagine there are 100 small investors who are willing to give me a loan, right, in a smaller amount. Now, when I pay back the loan, the amount gets shared with these guys proportionately. That's your asset-backed security. So indirectly, when you're buying an asset-backed security, you're actually giving some sort of a housing loan, a credit card loan, an automobile loan, or education loan to some people. But you're not giving loan to one person. Your loan is given to thousands of people, right? So when these thousands of people pay you back, you get your money back. That's a very broad way of thinking the securitization product. Uh, I have a video on YouTube. If you search for it, you should be able to find something. And if it's not there, just leave a comment on this video. I'll get my team to post one. Uh, How do you get into real estate consulting firms? Which path suits the best? Okay. Um, so some of the names you might want to know, at least the names that I know. Number one is called JLL. Second one, Cushman and something. The third one is CBRE. Okay, and there's a fourth one also I can't recollect. I mean, there are many, but these are the top ones that I can think of. Now, go to their websites, understand what they do, then go to LinkedIn, see, what type of people are working there. Go on Twitter and see what these guys have to say. Are they speaking somewhere? Can I attend some conference? Can I write them a nice email saying, hey, I heard you on YouTube. This is what I really like, this is what I don't like, or whatever views you have. Network, explore, research, something will materialize. All right. आर्यन मैंने रिपीट किया था आपका maybe if you go back to the video again and listen to it you'd find it but I know there was an internet disruption and then I repeated that part one more time. Okay. uh, I don't know what time it is. Just give me a minute. I'm actually a little worried about the internet. My internet is not very strong here. All right, Rhythm, I'm taking your question. Stop spamming. Hello, sir. I've given level 2 November with Fintree, awaiting results. I want to get a job into equity analyst. Any suggestion, please? Uh, start, start applying or क्या suggestion है? Have a good CV, start applying, build a few financial models on your own, write some blogs, some Twitter threads. Write that NISM equity research exam by SEBI, that RA license, right? So that I think it's called the research analyst exam or something like that. So take those exams, have a nice CV ready, start networking, work on your LinkedIn profile, on your Twitter profile, uh, post some good content there, start writing emails, get in touch with Fintree replacements, unko bolo naukri chahiye, start calling all the people you know in finance, uncle, auntie, uncle's auntie, whatever references you can get. Start doing something. You'd find jobs. Uh, will DeFi eat up operational job? I'm currently in derivatives and level one student. You know what? I It's very interesting. Uh, by the way, those of you who do not know, DeFi is DEFI, which is decentralized finance. Which is basically, so right now, if you think about finance, there is a lot of concentration that happens, right? A simple use case, uh, you need to take a loan, you need to go to a bank. So the bank is originator of most of the loans, that's concentration. How do you decentralize, this thing is, if imagine if there was some sort of a blockchain type of a system where my credit score was visible to anyone willing to lend me, and I want to buy a house, and I go on some Instagram type of platform or YouTube platforms. This is the loan I need. It's the loan is given to me by thousands of people in small proportions, because all transactions are through blockchain, so everything is visible, right? If this happens, then a lot of custodians will not be required, a lot of trustees will not be required, a lot of even bank will remain more like a concept because credit will happen through the blockchain network. So that's like a future vision of where finance is moving. Now, whether it goes there, it doesn't go there, how quickly it goes there, all of it to be seen. Uh, I hope that in my lifetime I get to see, something on those lines. So yeah, that will that eat up? Okay, check okay. A lot of these will be done automatically. So if you're an see, if you're in a job where you're either not selling or not taking a decision, it's time for you to switch. Okay. Uh, sure, Rhythm. Supriya, after engineering, done with MBA finance, can I do CFA? कर सकती हो आप? If you want to do CFA, but yes, you can do CFA. I mean, if your question is, can I pass or not? Of course, if you put in time, you can. Okay, last question for the day, then we'll wrap it up. Ganesh is asking, I recently gave level one. Is it okay to search the job before the result? Yes, of course. If not anything else, at least you'll learn how to search for the jobs. Is fixed income analyst a good role to get into? Fantastic role. Sure, why not? I mean, if you're getting that as a fresher, jump on it. All right. Priyanshu, I in fact answered your question. If you had you listened to the session a little more carefully, just browse through the video, you'd find answer to your question. All right, Supriya, Priyanshu, that's it from my side. Thank you very much. Again, I think this is my session number 16 or 17. Uh, honestly, I'm trying really hard to, when I originally made a plan, I did not account for how will I do these sessions when I'll be in a different time zone. Right now, this is about 12 in the night, which is okay. I think I was on the East Coast earlier. It used to be about 1:32 in the night. But I'm enjoying this. I hope honestly, I don't care about views. It's okay if there are not like 1,000 views is also fine, or 500 views is also fine. As long as I'm being able to add some value and answer some questions, I think I'll keep on doing these sessions. So any feedback, on how we can make these sessions more useful and engaging, please let me know. I'll be all ears. And that's it from my side. Thank you very much. Keep on learning. Next week we'll do a little more markets, and maybe if you want, we can talk some elections as well. All right. So thank you. Bye bye. You guys keep on learning, and see you all next week.